guys, it's Lexi. I hope you're all having a great day. I am sharing my empties and what I melted for this previous melting basket. So this melting basket that I was working on was my Disney inspired wax, and I had a lot of things that I've been really looking forward to melting, and I will say I was able to successfully finish and melt most of the things that I had my eye on. There were only 5 things I wasn't able to get to. 2 of them were scent shots from Midnight Daydream Wax Company. I had Haunted Mansion and Pirate Water here. And then I had a Scentsy clamshell in Kiss the Girl from The Little Mermaid. I have Rose Girl's 100 Acre Wood, and I have Egyptian Dragon from Destination Wax. All of those I just wasn't able to get to in time, and I am really looking forward to my next melting basket because it has a lot of Easter theme shapes, and Easter's coming up, so I kind of would like to move on to that. So I wasn't able to get to those, but hopefully I can pull them in upcoming melting baskets and work on those because I do really enjoy all of those. I just couldn't get to them. And then everything here in this bin, these are all things that I was able to melt but not completely finished. And then everything over here, these are all complete empty. So I think we'll really quickly talk about the things that I was able to completely finish first, and then we'll move on to these like half-used things. This first one here I have is from Teddy Bees, and this is in Bunny Trail. So Bunny Trail is notes of cedarwood moss, pine cones, orchid, jasmine, and vanilla sugar crystals. And the best way I can describe this is a very sweet outdoorsy scent. There's something about cedarwood that always kind of comes across like a sweet tree scent to me. And then pine cones also, it adds like that layer of like outdoorsiness to it, but it is also kind of a sweet scent. Like if you've ever smelled like that pine cone oil on its own, it does kind of come across sweet. And then you add on top all of those florals and the like, what is it, vanilla sugar crystals, and it's just super sweet. This is something when I smell the bag, it really smells like spring. It smells like fresh, clean spring air, but you are in the woods in the spring and everything's kind of blooming around you. And it just smells bright and happy. This is a beautiful scent. It's like a good medium, I would say it's like pretty much split medium performance in my house. It definitely does best when I use it the way that Teddy Bees performs best, which is in my Yankee Candle centerpiece warmer. But I did have this going in my open concept, and it was a nice medium performance for me. I would pick that up again if it comes around again. I have Mosaic. So Mosaic is sweet raspberry, sugar cookie, and rich peach cobbler. And this one is interesting to me because when I initially smelled this during the haul on Cold Sniff, I really loved it, and it came across very juicy to my nose, like a really juicy raspberry and a really juicy peach scent. But then when I melted it, it really kind of came, like all of the bakery kind of came out, and it became like this almost fall type bakery to my nose. Like the peach cobbler, I felt like I could really strongly detect the cinnamon in the peach cobbler, and I could also pick up on more of that like almost crumbly kind of quality to it, where it wasn't as juicy as it kind of came across when it was cold. So this one definitely transformed a little bit. It wasn't something that I feel like was a favorite or a standout. It was a good medium to strong performer in my bedroom. I don't know if I would necessarily pick this one up again, but I think if you love like a good, rich, heavy fall bakery scent, then this, although it doesn't seem like it would be, it definitely kind of came across that way to my nose. This one here is Frankish Princess, and Frankish Princess, which is like a tongue twister, is patisserie, which is warm donuts, baked bread, powdered sugar, a touch of spice blended with blackberry butter pecan cookies, which is butter pecan waffles, blackberry jam, and butter cookies. And this one, I think out of the 3, this one was maybe the strongest for me, but also this one did kind of wear off quickly. So very strong. It kind of punched me in the face, and then it was kind of like, peace out, I'm going. But when this one was in the heat of its like power, it was really beautiful. I don't know if I would necessarily want to pick up more of it just because of like the lasting power, but this was a really beautiful scent, and I know that Beth here on YouTube also loves this scent. She's talked about it very highly, and I can see the love. It is just a very rich bakery scent, and it's not like any specific type of bakery food. It just smells like the scent when you would walk into a bakery and they've got a ton of things going on. That's kind of the scent that this gives me. So I did like it. I don't know if I'd necessarily pick it up again. Maybe in like a small quantity, maybe, but it was good. I have 2 samples here from the Bathing Garden. So this one here is Sleepy, and I think this one is, was it pink sugar and peppermint? Yeah, pink. It was definitely pink sugar and I think peppermint. This one, I did like, but I'm not super keen on pink sugar. I really think that the Bathing Garden has a good pink sugar. I'm usually like about pink sugar blends, but this one I didn't dislike. So maybe it's just the Bathing Garden has a pink sugar that I like. Either way, I did enjoy this. I don't know if I would necessarily want to go out and purchase this scent on my own, but I'm really happy to have used the sample. It was a nice sample and it was a cute little like Easter egg shape, so that was fun. I have Cinderella Would Be Jealous, and I'm not entirely sure what the notes are on this. This was given to me from Etta. This one was just like a really, really pretty, almost like I don't know if there was almond in it, but like an almond flower maybe type of scent. Really soft, very pretty, something that I could see wearing on like as a perfume. I liked it, but I don't know if I would necessarily go out and get more of it just because I had this going in my bathroom and it was slightly on the lighter side. So I could see this struggling in an open concept or in a larger room, even if it's like a bedroom, but it was really pretty and I'm very happy that Etta sent this to me. I definitely appreciate that. Etta also sent me these two. So these were both from K's, and I want to say that these are Etta's custom. So the first one I have is Arabian Tent. This is blackberry, frankincense, winter linen, and nag champa. And this was really beautiful. This one to me smelled like if you went to like a music festival and you were in like a tent. I mean, it says Arabian tent and maybe that's what's making me think of it. But that nag champa always kind of comes across as like a hippie type vibe, something where you would just be rocking out to music and you'd smell like incense of nag champa going. So it kind of gave me that vibe. It smelled clean, but it also smelled earthy because of the nag champa, and it was just a really pretty scent. This also had some dang good lasting power. This was in my bathroom warmer for like 3 days, and I could still smell it even when I pulled it out, but I was just kind of like, I need to change it. And I just put 2 of the little like K's cuts, I think that they're called, like the 2 little cubes in my bathroom warmer, and it was strong for days. So that was awesome. She also sent me Jazz Club, which is midnight Egyptian musk, tobacco leaf, and amber. And this one to me kind of reminded me of like a really nice men's cologne kind of a vibe, but not something that you would smell and you'd be like, oh, that's like Axe body spray. It was just something that would be like a sharp dressed man who he kept himself very clean, like a very well kept men's cologne. And not, I don't want to say like an older man, but like a man who's, you know, he's got some sophistication. Like that's the vibe that I got from this scent. It was really, really pretty. This one, I don't know why I did it separate, like different from this one. I ended up putting both of the cuts, like the 2 cubes she sent, in one warmer, and this one lasted a lot longer. And this one I did 1 day at a time. And it seemed like it didn't have as strong of lasting power. Maybe this one just has stronger oils. I know it's got like linen, nag champa, which I think are very strong oils, but maybe this one just didn't have as strong of oils, but it didn't seem like this one lasted quite as long, but I did really enjoy the scent. So thank you very much, Etta. I definitely appreciate you sending those, and I'm very happy I got to try those. So I have Destination Wax Magic in the Air, and this one is almond flower, white iris, fruit, whipped vanilla, and this is a Bath & Body Works type. I melted 1 cube of this in our van in a tea light warmer when we went on a trip this past winter. And I remember it being just so strong. Like I could smell it outside of the van when we left, and it was like a powerhouse and it was beautiful. And then I melted a couple, I mean, I finished it up obviously, but I melted like 1 cube in my bathroom one day, 1 cube in my office one day, and then I had 2 cubes left and I stuck 2 cubes both in my office warmer all at the same time. And I really kept struggling with this scent for some reason. So I think that this one really needed the extra power that comes from like the heat of a tea light. So for that reason, I don't know if this would be a definite repurchase, but I love this scent so much that maybe I would, and just like know that when I have this and I want to melt it, to only use it in a tea light warmer. I also didn't really have enough to spread throughout my open concept, so maybe I should have tried it that way. But this scent is so beautiful, and when I did have it in my van that one day, it was like a knockout and I loved it. So that's, you know, just that. I have Rainbow Melts Hawaii, and this one is Night Marchers, which is mango papaya, Hawaiian hibiscus, and fire roasted marshmallows. This was really beautiful. This smelled honestly like you were sitting on a tropical beach, and you could smell like the fresh, like island flowers. Like it smelled like very distinctly like flowers that you would smell like on an island or in the tropics. And then you could get like the sweetness from like the marshmallow, and it just smelled beautiful. It just smelled like I wanted to be on a beach somewhere. So this one was really, really beautiful. And this one I put the entire, like I think it was like a little tombstone shape. I put it all in my Yankee Candle centerpiece warmer in my bedroom one day, and this lasted like 3 days. So it was beautiful, had really good staying power. Yeah, I really liked it a lot. So I have Candyland. This one is from Rose Girls, and I'm not entirely sure. I'll leave the notes if I can figure them out. This one just smelled like, maybe it was like, it was a classic fruity candy type scent. Maybe there was like sweet tarts, or it was just like a nice general candy scent. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing that I think I would need to get more of, but it was a good scent if you love like those sugary sweet candy type scents. So not anything that I'm going to like look out for again, but I'm happy to have melted it. I have Cafe du Monde. This one was from Zape. This is fresh baked beignets, hot espresso, and fluffy whipped cream. And this one, I feel like I don't know what happened, because usually Zape is like crazy strong performing in my house. But this one I definitely really struggled with a lot. I love the way that this smelled on cold. But then when I put it in my warmers, it just kind of was like a very, very subtle kind of a coffee scent. Almost like if you had made coffee in the morning and then you'd like left to go somewhere and you came back and you could kind of smell the coffee and like brewing, but not like quite as strong as when you initially brewed it, kind of a thing. I really liked it, but I just wish it had a little bit stronger power behind it, because it was a beautiful scent on cold. So wouldn't be anything I would actively repurchase, but I think if it was like reformulated, then I would definitely give it another go, because I did like how it smelled on cold. This one here is Birdies Making Sense, and this is That's My Jam, strawberry jam, fresh baked bread, and peanut butter cookies. I've been so impressed with Birdies lately. I did just do another haul from her recently, but I'm definitely going to be hauling her stuff again, because I have been so impressed. So this one was mostly, to my nose, it smelled like if you had cooked strawberry jam into bread, like if you had made fresh baked bread, but you would like poured strawberry jam into the batter and then baked it, kind of a situation. I can't say I picked up on any of the peanut butter cookies in this. It was mostly just a baked fresh, like a fresh baked bread, but like cooked strawberry type of situation. It was really, really good. And this one had like a good medium to high performance. So I like this one. I definitely would keep my eyes open for this one. And I'm not even like a fresh baked bread kind of person, but it just smelled like realistic. It was really good. So that was a winner. And then I have a few clamshells here from Scentsy. So I'm really happy I was able to finish all of these, because sometimes Scentsy is a little bit hard to store. I mean, all wax is hard to store, but I feel like I'm getting a little bit too much Scentsy lately, so I'm happy to have used some. This one is Mistress of Evil. This is from the Disney Villain Collection. It's Maleficent. I don't personally love this scent. This isn't something that I would repurchase. It's just like a really, really tart, I think it's plum, right? Like it's almost like a tart plum, and then also like followed by like a heavy floral. It's not anything that's in my personal scent preferences. So if you love fruity florals, then you might love this, and especially if you love plum. It just wasn't for me, and definitely I do like sweet plum, like everyone else, like sweet plum pastry more, so I would rather get that one than this, but happy to have tried it. I have another Disney's Villain Collection. This is Poor Unfortunate Souls. This is Ursula. This one I really, really enjoyed. I am honestly super sad that you can't get this anymore. This is a beautiful, beautiful berry scent. I think is there like acai berry or something in this? It just smells like a really juicy, fruity berry type scent, and I love this one. If it ever comes back, I will put it in my club because I really like it. So that was Ursula. And then this one here is Hey Tiger Lily. I want to say this was a scent of the month for last month, right? Not entirely sure. This one is really surprising. So I put this one in my kitchen warmer. So 2 hot plate warmers and a Scentsy bulb, like plug-in wall, like a mini wall plug-in warmer. And this one is a fruity floral as well, but this one is like, I think is it tangerine or clementine? I'm not entirely sure what the orange or citrus fruit is. I think maybe it's just orange. but it was so darn juicy. It was so, so good. And when you first put it in, it was like mostly that juicy, juicy orange where it would literally make my mouth water. It was so strong and it was so delicious. And then I left this in for the next day because it was just continuing. It just wouldn't give up. It just was like the little engine who could. And I was like, man, this thing is not quitting on me. It was so strong, just as strong as the first time I put it in on the second day. So I didn't pull it out. And then the third day I came home from being away and I was like, what the heck did I put in my warmers? It is like headache-inducing perfumey floral. And I was like, oh, it's this. All of the fruit had burned off of this, or whatever you want to say. All of the scent oils of the fruit in this had like dissipated. So I was only left with the floral note in this, and the floral became super powdery and headache-inducing to me. So I quickly pulled it out. But for the first 2 days, I was obsessed with it, and maybe I would get it again. I'm still kind of debating on putting this in my club just because I loved how it performed the first few days. So I don't know. But let me know in the comments what you think I should do. I really, really liked it, but yeah, I'm curious your opinion. Okay, I have a Sensationals unicorn cake. This is not entirely sure what the notes are on this, but to me it smells like, is it like a lemon blueberry like kind of cake? It's not anything that I feel like I would actively need to seek out or need more of. Happy to have used it. It was like a medium performance in my house. It was fine. Not anything that would, like I said, like need more and more and more of, but happy to have used it. It's a good scent on a day where it's just, you need to freshen up the place. So that was nice. And then I have 3 from Midnight Daydream Wax Company. This first one is pineapple whip. And this is supposed to be like Dole Whip from Disney. It is fresh pineapples with soft serve vanilla ice cream. This was incredibly strong, like a really creamy, realistic pineapple, not an artificial pineapple by any means. This was delicious, and although I would absolutely happily get more of this, I can't because Harrison's no longer in business. If he ever comes back, I will recommend that you guys grab this, and I would hope that he would bring this back because this is delicious. This is a really good pineapple. Very creamy and juicy. This one is Philharmonic Pie, and this is fresh baked crust filled with rich apple filling. This one to my nose just smelled like a classic apple pie scent. It's not anything that I was like, oh, I would definitely need more of this, but I'm happy to have melted it. Definitely something I would prefer melting in like the fall or winter months. This one is Mickey's Breakfast, and Mickey's Breakfast is Belgian waffles with butter and maple syrup. This one literally smelled like real like maple syrup and waffles. Like the buttermilk in this, like it says buttermilk. Doesn't it say buttermilk? No, it says butter and maple syrup. It smells like buttermilk waffles. Like it smells like, this smells like straight up real. I've never smelled waffles and wax that smell as real as this one did. When I melted it, it wasn't an only like maple syrup heavy scent, because I've had some waffle scents before that are just mostly maple syrup heavy. This one was like so realistic of that like waffle note, like a buttermilk, really rich, buttery, bready waffle type scent. It was amazing. Totally would get this again. I'm gonna probably actively seek out more waffle-based scents in wax because I loved this. It was so good. And now we have all of my wax that I was able to use a little bit of, but not finish. So I have a lot of thoughts. So let's go through these. So the first one I have is the Queen's Dowry from Teddy Bees. It is strawberry pound cake, which is a Bath & Body Works type, toasted marshmallows, and pecan waffles. This one I melted, like spread out a chunk or like a chunk and a half in my open concept. And I think it was specifically the toasted marshmallow note that kind of, it just wasn't a personal scent preference I like. I think I'm realizing toasted marshmallows is something that makes my stomach turn a little bit, just that scent. And when I had this melting in my open concept, I feel like that toasted marshmallow was the strongest thing for me rather than the strawberry pound cake or the pumpkin pecan waffle note. It was like really just like a rich ooey gooey marshmallow. There was just something about it. But then I melted the other half of the chunk that was left over in my office warmer, which is a much smaller space. And I kind of stuck it in there just to finish that other half of the chunk so I could fold the bag over nicer because I'm crazy. And when I did put the other half in there, I shut the door so I didn't really have to smell it as much. And then I walked in one day and it just smelled, that day, not one day. I walked in that day and it just smelled beautiful. And it was like a really beautiful, like pumpkin pecan waffle, strawberry pound cake, creamy bakery scent. And I was like, what the heck did I put in here? And then I was like, oh, it was the Queen's Dowry. And I loved it in that room. And I do not understand why it did that, because out here in the open concept, it turned my stomach. In that very small confined room where you would think it would be stronger and like make my stomach feel worse, it was beautiful. So I found myself sitting in my office and puttering around just so I could be in there and smell it. I don't really know what happened. But that was weird. So that was my experience with the Queen's Dowry. Would I repurchase it again? Once I use this bag, maybe in a smaller quantity and only in that room or only in my bedroom. So don't know, you guys, I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird situation. If anything like that has ever happened to anyone else, please let me know. I'm so beyond curious, because I was like, is my nose broken? Okay, so I have Salt Mound Melts cooking with helium. This is grape soda, bubble gum, and cotton candy. This literally smelled like Hubba Bubba grape bubble gum. When it was, when I was smelling it on cold, it smelled like that. When I was warming it up, it smelled like that. This was really strong, lasted a good long time, and I definitely am happy to have more of this, and I would repurchase this. I'm really vibing with grape scents lately, like that artificial grape candy, grape soda, all of that. I know I stuck a few grape things in here, but I have been loving those scents. So I actually found myself hesitating on melting more of them because I didn't want to finish my grape scent. So another grape scent is grape soda, and this is from Goose Creek. Typically when it comes to my Goose Creek, I stick this entire like clamshell into my centerpiece warmer and I just kind of like let it go for a few days. But because I had a large amount of wax I was trying to try and some use up, I didn't want to do that. So I only stuck 1 cube in a bulb warmer in my office bedroom, and I loved this. And this literally lingered in my office for like 3 days after. Even when I had put other scents in the office, I could still smell the grape scent. It was like penetrating itself through all of my clothes and the curtains and everything that was in that office. It lasted, and it just smelled like grape in there, even though I had like other things going. So really love this. Super excited to have more of this. Definitely would repurchase this. I have unicorn popcorn. This is from Empire Alchemy. It's Fruity Pebbles, cookie bits, and caramel popcorn. This one is really, really nice. Typically I found with Fruity Pebble scents, they take over anything that is blended with. This one to me smelled mostly like a popcorn scent with a little bit of Fruity Pebbles. So for that reason, I loved it. This was a good medium performance. I have 2 other things from Empire Alchemy in here that I'm going to talk about, but I have been so excited and impressed so far with my Empire Alchemy. Really feeling good about it. Really happy because I know some people have struggled with it, but I've had really good performance. Also, my sweet friend here, Amy, she has told me different things that she's done with her Empire Alchemy that she's found kind of benefit for Anna's wax. And it's very similar to how I treat my Teddy Bees wax, where it's more wax in a lower wattage warmer, and that really seemed to help. So feeling good about that. I haven't tried this in any other way, not like in my open concept with my hot plates, only in my Yankee Candle centerpiece warmer, but it was incredible in there. So definitely excited about that. I have Southbound's Main Street Bakery. This is blackberry cobbler, sugary vanilla cake bites, and caramelized sugar. This is a very recent purchase for me, so I probably should have let this cure a little bit longer, and that is the reason why I didn't finish this up. But it did do very well for having minimal cure time. I could smell it. It definitely was a little bit on the lighter side, but I did really, really enjoy this. And I'm also very excited to be trying more Southbound. I have Out of the Woods. This is a fresh balsam and Palo Santo blend. So I wasn't really super keen on this. On cold sniff, the fresh balsam oil kind of came across very green, almost slightly grassy. But when I had this melting, I was finding myself really enjoying it. It became much more of a realistic kind of fresh balsam scent. So I really liked it. I have a lot more of this, so I'm excited to use more. I have Snow Fairy from Rose Girls, and this is a Lush dupe. And this is it bubblegum and some other kind of, it's like bubblegum and some other kind of candy, I think, type scents. This one is really darn strong. Like, I put 2 pieces of this in a bulb warmer in my office, and it was like super, super, super strong. And I also felt like whereas that grape soda one kind of lingered, this one also kind of lingered. So this is also going on over a year old now, and I really need to just finish it, but it's so strong still that I'm not worried about the scent going away. So I'll probably just hold on to this for a little bit longer. It's nice. This one, you guys, total shocker for me. This is a Sweet Princess Party, and this one is strawberry pound cake, cookie land, cupcakes at Tiffany's, and vanilla ice cream. And when I tell you, I didn't think there was anything super special about this on cold. It wasn't that I didn't think it was special. I just thought, I was like, oh, this is like a nice kind of classic bakery scent. When I melted this, it was incredible. It was so beautiful. I think maybe this was like a customer creation for like the Mario melters, maybe. I think if it was, whoever made this needs a huge pat on the back because this is so beautiful. And it smelled to me like, there's like a strawberry shortcake cupcake that's got like the strawberry, like almost like a macerated strawberry cream, like with the cream cheese frosting kind of like whipped throughout. I think they sell it at like Walmart. And it's a delicious cupcake. And it's like one of my favorites, like my guilty pleasure food. It's like the strawberry cupcakes. Fun fact about me, when I go out to get ice cream, I get strawberry sundaes with no other kind of, no nuts, no whipped cream, no cherry, just the strawberry syrup and vanilla ice cream. I love me some strawberries and vanilla. And this literally smelled like really, really rich, creamy, delicious strawberry vanilla cupcakes. It was so good. I did pick up more of this last go around. It was available, so I grabbed another bag, and I'm so happy to have more. This was incredible. So strong. Didn't like last like a super long time, but when I did smell this, I was like, I'm obsessed. Obsessed. It was so good. I also tried another Mario melter. This is Shadow Queen. This is Lord of Misrule, Marshmallow Fireside, Tobacco and Vanilla Bourbon. This one was definitely very, very strong on that Lord of Misrule, which is like a patchouli blend from Lush, I believe. And I did really, really like this. But I think so much of it was mostly that Lord of Misrule for me, with like a sweetness from that tobacco and like maybe a little bit of sweetness from the Marshmallow Fireside. If you love Lord of Misrule and you love a little bit of extra sweetness to kind of cut that patchouli sharpness sometimes, then this is a good one for that reason. I have more, so I'm not gonna like actively seek it out, but I am happy with this. 2 Scentsy scents here. So I use a little bit of both of these. This first one is Shimmer. I use this in the bathroom. This one, out of all of the Scentsy I've tried, didn't have crazy staying power, but dang it, I really love the scent. If this had a little bit longer staying power, I definitely would get more of this. It just smells like a really sweet, juicy kind of girly berry scent. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense when I say it or when I think it, but like maybe it does. I don't know. It's really sweet, and it's sweet but like fresh. I think maybe there's lemon in this. It's beautiful. It's just a really pretty kind of berry scent. I really like it. So if it had a little bit longer staying power, I'd probably get more of it. But this for Scentsy, it only lasted like 1 day in my bathroom warmer with 2 cubes, and then it was kind of gone. So I'm not sure, has anyone else had that experience with Shimmer? Because I loved it, but I don't know. This one on the total opposite end, this is World Traveler. And this one I had going for 3 days, and oh my gosh, I think there's like blackberries in this and some other notes, but this to me comes across as like a very sweet men's cologne, and I loved this. It kept going and going and going, and I didn't even want to pull it out of the warmers. And this is absolutely, I mean, it's in my club right now, but it's not going anywhere. This is staying put in my club. I love the scent. It just smells like a very fresh, clean, but super sweet, freshly washed. It's almost like if you had a guy who had sprayed on cologne and then took a shower with like a woman's like blackberry body wash and then he'd stepped out and you could still kind of smell like the cologne like in his skin. This sounds so weird. You could like smell the like lingering cologne, but like the sweetness from like the berry scent. It was really, really good. I loved this. So 10 out of 10 for me. This one here is Circus Peanuts. This is peanut butter, marshmallow, and marshmallow fluff and cream from Lured Apothecary. This one is a little bit on the lighter side, and this one was from June of 2020. I think I'm gonna try this one in my smaller bedroom or office and give it a little bit more power. It was very beautiful, but it was a little bit on the lighter side. So I need to try it in a smaller space. I feel like when I first melted this, it was stronger. So maybe I just should have melted through this a little bit faster. I have some more Lured. I'm gonna try to test that theory out that I've tried some, and I need to try a little bit more of it now. But it was really beautiful. It just, needed a little bit more oomph to it. So that is Circus Peanuts. And then finally, I have 2 cents here from Empire Alchemy. So I have Magic Carpet Ride and I have Main Street Strawberry. So actually, let's talk about Main Street Strawberry first. This is waffle cone, vanilla ice cream, fried beignets, kettle corn, and sweet strawberries. This is incredible. It's a rich, like, bakery, a little salty from the kettle corn, but like that popcorn note, you could smell like that freshly popped sense of it, that like warm popcorn kind of quality with like that really fresh, like realistic strawberry, and then like the warmth of like the batter from like a waffle cone. It was just like incredible. I am really, really impressed so far with my Empire Alchemy and really looking forward to melting more, buying more. So this is definitely a recommendation. Charity recommended this to me, and so I totally support that. This is an amazing scent. So really excited to have more. And then finally, this one here is Magic Carpet Ride. This is Night Blooming Jasmine, Satiny Carpet, and Warm Breezes Over Sand. Oh, I wish I could remember. I got a comment. Somebody was like, is it Golden Sand maybe from like Yankee Candle? And I do think that maybe that is the Warm Breezes Over Sand. This scent, I loved it on cold. I love it on warm. It was so pretty, and it smelled like I had, I don't know, like bottled up the beautiful, like sweet, luxurious scent that you would have if you were at like a really expensive, like a really expensive hotel that's like on the beach somewhere. Like in my mind, this smelled like if you were at like a beach resort and you had like one of those beautiful rooms that kind of opened up right to the crystal blue waters, and you had like the white curtains kind of blowing into your room, and it just smelled like summertime, and it smelled like a tropical island, and it smelled clean, and it smelled pretty, and it's a beautiful scent. So super excited that this did so well for me, and I am 100% gonna enjoy melting more and will definitely purchase more of this. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching my empties and what I melted. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Take care. Bye.